If you have a narcissist in your life, I have no doubt that you are feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, confused, manipulated, and tired of the constant scheming. So I have some tactics to share today to help you be at ease. Well, maybe not at ease, but maybe more at ease in your relationship with the narcissist. But these are tactics that can definitely help you navigate the relationship more successfully for you. So whether the narcissist is a parent or a friend or a coworker or a partner, sibling, these will be helpful. Okay, so let's go through the 5 tips. Number 1, accept that they are unlikely to change. This is the first and most important step. Many of you know me, and you know I was a psychotherapist for 20 years, helping people with boundaries, difficult relationships, anxiety, right? But one of my clients once told me that she had been told by somebody else when she went on a date to put "as is" on the person's forehead, right? So this is not uncommon among particularly women, although really could be anybody. But you're dating somebody and you might be like, oh, I like this, I like that, but I don't really like that, but I can change it. No, as is. You get the person as is, right? So this client of mine told me that she was given that as dating advice, which I thought was great, brilliant, in fact. And I realized we should be putting "as is" on most people's foreheads. But in particular, if there's a narcissist in your life, put on their forehead "as is." When you talk to this person, when you think about interacting with the person, know you get this person as is. If they have a personality disorder, it's pervasive and enduring, unlikely to change. Tip number 2, don't take anything personally. The narcissist will compliment you and make you feel good when it's in their interest. The narcissist will criticize you, demean you, belittle you when it's in their interest. It really has nothing to do with you. So if you take nothing personally from the narcissist, not the good stuff, not the bad stuff, don't take it personally. The narcissist will project onto you what they feel about themselves. So they're likely to call you a narcissist if they ever get the sense that you think they're one, right? But they will throw onto you what they might feel about themselves, or they will throw onto you what they know will get you to do what they want. So don't take it personally. Number 3, protect yourself. It's very important when you're in relationship with somebody with narcissistic personality disorder that you use boundaries to protect yourself. Remember, the boundaries may not change their behavior, but you can use them to protect yourself emotionally, physically, legally, financially, structurally, right? With boundaries, we often want the other person to acknowledge that it's a healthy boundary or that it's worthwhile. That is just not going to happen with a narcissist. And narcissists can take things to an extreme. I worked with a woman not very long ago who had a family member who was taking out loans in her name, was signing her name to his bank statements. And she did not want to go to the police on him. And she kept trying to talk to him about how he couldn't do this. And he would completely deflect by telling her that she had enough money, or, she could do it because of this reason or that reason, completely not acknowledging that what he was doing was illegal and abusive. And it's very hard to think about needing to take legal steps against a family member, but sometimes the boundaries really require you to protect yourself, because if you're simply trying to navigate it by getting the other person to understand what they're doing wrong, narcissists don't think they're doing anything wrong ever, which leads us back to that "as is," because they'll never change because they don't think it's their problem. Okay? Hoping that makes sense. I'm going to pause just for a second here, because we often don't set boundaries with people because of the way we feel about ourselves. Sometimes we have a positive self-image of I'm always nice and caring, and therefore I should always be nice and caring. Or sometimes we have a negative self-image, right? Both of those things can contribute to our not setting boundaries. And I do have a free and sort of fun, the boundary personality quiz. I'm going to link it below. I do think it gives you some insight as to what internal self-statements might be driving your difficulty be setting boundaries. Number 4, I remember distinctly when a counselor told me, believe behavior, not words, because there was somebody in my life who had always the greatest words, but the behavior never matched. A narcissist knows how to manipulate you with words, how to tell you what will change, what will be better in the future, but there's no follow through. And if we put more importance into the words we're hearing than into the behavior that we're actually seeing, we will remain confused and stuck and not accept the reality. So believe behavior, not words. And I think this really applies to everybody, but it's very dramatic when you're in a relationship with a narcissist. And part of this is also to realize that your behavior matters more than your words. So think through, is my behavior actually communicating what I want to communicate? If I tell somebody I won't tolerate this behavior, but then my behavior is I stay and I tolerate it, even if I'm saying I won't tolerate it, my behavior is the main thing communicating. So very important tool. It's helped me enormously in my relationships and my understanding of relationship dynamics. Now, number 5, validate your own needs. Do not look to the narcissist to validate your feelings. When we're in relationship with somebody and we aren't feeling good, or we are doing something that maybe isn't seen as all that nice, like we're pulling away, and we want to explain to the person, we want them to understand, we want them to understand how we feel, yeah, probably not going to happen. So validating our emotions for ourselves. And to do this, it might be necessary to really shift your focus to a support system that does validate your needs and desires and wants. We can even validate what it is we want, right? So validating this stuff for ourselves and not looking for the narcissist to validate this is a very important step towards healing. So I'll put the link below for the Boundary Personality Quiz, which is boundarypersonalityquiz.com. But also comment below. Let me know what you thought. Did I miss something? Any questions? And thank you for being here with me today. And I'll see you next week.